Good morning. Happy Thursday. Neuro Coffee is in hand. Thursday is an awesome day for me because it's one of my favorite days because I get to go to family dinner, as we say, tonight at my favorite Mexican restaurant. So that's always a blast for me because I just eat whatever the heck I want. So it's a great day. I had a situation that came up with a patient. And it's actually a pretty common question. I'm kind of surprised I haven't talked about this before, but he came in with a lot of broad, generalized pain complaints, and we had a great outcome on the first try, which is always kind of fun to see the change and then the response. But there's a question that always comes up after situations like this, and they say, well, how long do I need to do these exercises? As if they're being punished for something. When the reality is we just have to look at any form of exercise as we do with the things that we like to do. So physical therapy exercises are not necessarily fun stuff. It's not like picking up heavy weights and you get inspired and motivated to get bigger or stronger or faster or gain endurance when you train aerobically or whatever. And so I think the perspective is just a little bit different, but the reality is it's like with any form of exercise, it's a use it or lose it proposition. And so if we have trained ourselves to be something or to achieve something, we have to continue to exercise or to train or to work out or whatever your perspective may be to maintain those qualities. And so when someone says, well, how long do I need to do these exercises? My response comes down to two answers, which is one, I don't know, and two, it depends. And so there's a lot of things that it depends on. So let's talk about a couple of those. Let's talk about what promoted the limited capabilities that got you to therapy in the first place. And sometimes we don't even know what those are. And so that's why we have to utilize a process that allows us to evolve what you really need to do. And so let's just say that the prolonged sitting at your job contributes to your lack of movement capabilities. Well, unless you're going to change your job, then that stressor is always going to be part of your life. And so then maybe you need something that offsets the negative consequences of that, and maybe that's your rehab exercises. Or maybe it's something that you can do in the gym. And so you do that on a regular basis, and then you feel fine and wonderful, and then life is good. But again, sometimes we just don't know. And so you commit to a certain amount of activity, you commit to a certain type of exercise, and then you just see what the outcome is. And then you can slowly try to wean yourself off of those activities and then see what happens. And so again, this is just part of a process. Secondly is what level of commitment are you willing to make? So a lot of the times, the reason that we lose our movement capabilities is because we actually accidentally learned something that we didn't want to learn. So our physiology is all based on learning and adaptability. And so we will adapt to whatever it is that we're exposed to on a regular basis as much as we can within our limitations, of course. And so sometimes we accidentally learn things that we don't want to learn. And so we learn to restrict our movement, or we learn to breathe in a certain way. And that negatively influences how we feel. And so we have to learn something new that offsets the negatives. And so what is your level of commitment in regards to learning something new? Are you willing to do your activities that you need to do on a regular basis? So sometimes that's daily, sometimes it's twice a day, sometimes it's 2 times a week, sometimes it's 3 times a week. So it's just like any other exercise program. How many exposures do you need to learn something new or maintain the changes that maintain your ability to move well and feel good? Always look at these things as if there's something that you enjoy doing, that you do on a regular basis to maintain something. So if somebody came into the gym and said, well, how long do I need to lift weights to get strong enough where I no longer need to lift weights to be strong? And the reality is everybody kind of knows that if you don't lift weights on a regular basis, that you're eventually going to get weaker. So you have to exercise enough to maintain. always look at any form of exercise in the same way, whether it be your rehab exercises or whatever. Ultimately, what we would want to do is be able to meld your rehab or your movement-based activities into some form of regular exercise program that you already enjoy. So maybe your rehab becomes part of your warm-up activities, and maybe that's why some people don't ever experience discomfort or pain, because they're already doing the things that they need to do to maintain their movement capabilities. And so always look at this as a use it or lose it proposition. It doesn't mean that you got to do the goofball rehab exercises for the rest of your life. You may be able to incorporate it into something else. You may be able to substitute something else, but the first thing you have to do is recapture your ability to move well, to restore all of your movement capabilities that you need to remain adaptable and comfortable. And then it's just a process from there. And so how you maintain that and how you move forward is entirely individualized and entirely up to you. So hopefully that answers your question a little bit. And it's useful, and you can use this with some of your other people if you're working with clients and they need an explanation. Happy Thursday. Enjoy your Neuro Coffee as I enjoy mine, and then we'll see you later.